I think we're gonna have the same sort of intro, but it's the new
always
season.
Have the
So
same intro. New season. What?
a new season.
We got renewed
Yeah.
for a new.
We got
We got
renewed.
renewed.
Who's renewed?
We are.
We got renewed.
We got renewed.
We're on season 2, 1.5.
Season 1.1. Hello and welcome to the Irresponsible Comic Book Podcast. My name is Evan. I'm the producer here. I'm here with Wildcard William and our resident expert Dylan. We are here today to do our first ever episode. There's never been an episode of this podcast before. It's the first real one. Everything else was fake. Woo! Just kidding.
So was the preseason.
Yeah,
it's preseason.
Preseason. Yeah. It's like when football players play their preseason games. That's what we were doing. Now this is the real deal.
We were just getting warmed up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now we're feeling really good about it.
A year of being warmed up, really.
Yeah, I think that's more
why
than
I'm in a
enough time.
shoulder sling.
Oh my God! No. So what the hell happened? Actually, no. Don't tell me now. Tell me
Yeah,
afterwards.
I kind of wanted to say, but I don't like prying information out of people. So, anyways,
No, save it for after.
We have a couple different segments today. We're talking about a couple different movies and a couple different shows that are coming out this year and have already come out. So we're starting off with Free Guy 2.0, the movie. Just kidding, that's not what it's called. It is called The Adam Project. But it's basically a second version of Free Guy where Ryan Reynolds gets to goof around and do whatever he wants. That's not actually true.
It's kind of a reboot or reimagination of it, kind of. They did a movie like this with... Who was it?
This is more like... This gives me more like Back to the Future vibes.
No, it's...
oh, yeah, a little bit, too. There is time travel involved.
A little bit, but freaking...
I think I know what movie you're talking about.
He was like a... I can't think of the actor's name right now.
It was the director.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Armageddon?
Ooh.
No, so he was... he like had to go back in time, and his like little version of him really loved radio flyers. And he was trying to build a plane out of a radio flyer, and Bruce Willis turned out to be like a pilot.
Are we talking about Looper?
No, Looper was another rehash of this kind of like project,
this
but that one
style.
was. Looper was actually good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I was like, I think that's Looper, but
And that one had Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it.
Yeah. Yep. GGL. Yeah.
I think it was like Red Fire or something is what it was called.
Red Fire.
Red Flyer or something.
Let me look it up here. Bruce Willis.
But it's kind of like that.
Eight time travel, right?
Yeah.
The one comes up so far as a Looper for me.
Yeah.
I think it was Bruce Willis. It was like...
Wait, hold on. There's the kid with him as well?
Yeah,
2000,
that's it.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was like, wait a minute. I think that's a older movie, but yeah. Film follows a 40-year-old image consultant, Bruce Willis, who is mysteriously confronted by an 8-year-old version of himself. So, I mean, I've never seen this movie. Ultimately, this whole concept is...
What's the name of the movie, you schmuck?
The Kid.
It's called The Kid.
The Kid.
The Kid,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he's like, what is it? I said it. No.
No, you didn't. I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry. But yeah, no, it's essentially like, hey, there's this protagonist hero sort of character that goes back and visits an older version of himself, or the kid, goes in ahead in time or whatever. There's this time travel element involved. It seems that Ryan Reynolds, the older version, is like running away from some form of like intergalactic government or something, being hunted down for crimes against the timeline. Who knows? And he uses like... I
don't think so, Chief.
I mean, I have no idea. It doesn't make it very clear in any of the trailers, other than that, like, there's somebody like hunting him down or something like that.
If I had to guess, it's got to do something with a little bit of like a Terminator style, just based off of like the outfits that I've seen, where like he becomes the savior, so he has to come back to his time to save himself, so he can become the savior.
And it's like this big old loop. Yeah.
and like teach himself how to use the his powers essentially.
Yeah, and in this case, it's literally his like childhood toys that he turns into like a lightsaber and blasters, and probably like the shield and some other stuff. And so he like takes his childhood toys, revamps them, and makes them actual weapons. Uses them to save his childhood self. It could be like there's like this classic time travel aspect. Sorry, I'm getting over invested in this.
Breaking news here.
Come on, Loki.
First guest
Let's
of the
go,
show.
Loki. This is our first guest.
Yeah, this is official guest.
Loki.
Loki. Ladies and gentlemen, Loki.
What a good boy. It's just his tail.
He does not show his butthole.
He just wants to lay down.
Yeah.
Get
It's cold in
scritches.
here, so he wants the lap to lay in.
Aw, how cute.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like this classic age-old time travel scenario where, you know, their childhood self is being hunted because they did something in the future and somebody wants to kill them in the past, so that none of the actions that they make in the future happen, and it all gets erased. It's weird time travel stuff. We've seen it in like The Flash. We've seen it literally in every time travel movie ever. Not every single one, but like even like Don Cheadle like makes that reference in Endgame. Like, why don't we just to Thanos when he's a baby? It doesn't work that way because in that version of their universe it branches out. So there's lots of different time travel theory. It'll be kind of interesting to see what they do with this. It seems sort of more along the lines of they're trying to erase him as a child so that he can't become the future version of himself, some sort of thing like that. Maybe.
I'm guessing they're gonna do the Terminator style time travel as well.
Yeah.
Just because like in the little bit of the trailer that I was just watching before we started, the kid was like, "Oh, is this like multiversal stuff?" Like, yeah. and Ryan Reynolds is like, "No, this isn't a multiverse. No, like,
this is the one."
So, I think they're gonna try to do like kind of close to the Terminator style.
Yeah.
Where like
I got a bit of a mini summary here for it at IMDb. It said a time-traveling pilot teams up with his younger self and his late father to come terms with his past while saving the future.
Yep, that sounds pretty accurate. Oh, goodness. It's
action, adventure, comedy.
Yeah, I just love that Ryan Reynolds gets to do these goofy things, and even though he's never been a part of Star Wars in any way whatsoever, he has that little lightsaber.
I mean, we could say it's all Disney related wise, but I don't see the Disney vibe or anything like that. You know, I kind of like just want to get that off the table. Like, leave that shit on the side.
Yeah, no, it's like, definitely not Disney, and it's probably gonna. No. I'd even guess that it's probably more adult because it's coming out on Netflix.
It's PG-13. So it's not really that adultery.
Really? Yeah. Interesting. I guess that's fair.
PG-13, hour and 46 minutes.
Make it more watchable for the kids and everything too. But I would expect Netflix usually is a little bit more lenient on what they allow. I mean, I don't know who gives these ultimately the ratings, but some of the stuff on Netflix is usually a little bit less regulated, it feels like. So who knows?
It's because it's on its own platform, so they
get to determine their like own ratings. So like if they want kids to watch it and they don't think it's terrible, things are bad enough, I think that Ryan Reynolds won't be like unhinged like Deadpool.
There's more to it so far. I don't know if you guys want me to talk about it. I have it here.
It's only like 2 days away, so go for it.
Yeah. Adam Reed's age 13 and still grieving the sudden death of his father a year earlier walks into his garage one night to find a wounded pilot hiding there. This mysterious pilot turns out to be the older version of himself from the future, where the time travel is in infants. He has the rest of everything to come back in time on a secret mission. Together, they must embark on an adventure on the path to find their father, set things right, and save the world. The three working together, both young and grown Adam, come to terms with the loss of their father and have a chance to heal the wounds that have shaped them. Adding to the challenge on the mission, the two Adams discover they really don't like each other very much, and if they're going to save their world, they're first going to have to figure out how to get along.
That's funny. They don't like each other.
Nope.
That seems pretty typical. I wouldn't like myself if I met myself, probably.
So Jennifer Gardner is the mother.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like.
Yep. And then Mark
Mark
Ruffalo,
Ruffalo is the father.
Dad.
Yep. Gamora is somebody named Laura.
Interesting. I think she's the one hunting him down, I want to say.
Well,
Yeah,
Zoe Salanda, like in the trailer, she's the one that's driving the Ford Bronco.
Yeah. Oh, the Ford Bronco. Okay, so that must be his wife, girlfriend, maybe.
I don't remember.
So it's funny because like in the cast it says Zoe Salanda as Laura as Zoe Salanda.
Wait, what?
Yeah, says right here. Yeah.
That's funny. That would be interesting. I don't know what's going on there, but
yeah.
I think it'll even be like something where like his dad is like the one that created time travel and it had like these negative effects. Like what if like I don't want to like say this is what it's gonna be going down, but like imagine like his father created like or was like established the foundation of time travel, and since they save him from like he was like abducted or something and he wasn't actually killed, and like they end up saving him from aliens or something, and then time travel never gets made or something, and so then Ryan Reynolds just disappears and fades out of the world because that version of him never comes true or something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Maybe, but we'll see.
I think they're doing Back to the Future stuff.
Yeah, probably not. Anyways, I'm just like I just want to throw things out there because they can really do anything. It's Netflix. It's Ryan Reynolds, so
they could, yeah.
But I'm pretty excited for it. Are you guys excited? Are you guys gonna watch it?
I think it's gonna be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, after reading the storyline, yeah, we could definitely flip in there.
Probably do a little review of it.
Yeah.
Maybe next week
I'll
or
watch
a
it.
couple of weeks down the road or something.
Yeah.
Cool.
It gives a week for the people to watch it.
Give them a week. Yeah, that's a pretty fair amount of time to watch. Okay, so then we are going to move on to our next segment. And this one should be pretty fun. It is going to be called The Bat versus the Bard. So we are going to be looking at some quotes. I'm going to be asking these two to guess which quote was said by Shakespeare or by Batman, and it's kind of any iteration of Batman. So we have like 30 quotes here. We'll go through like 15 of them, the first 15, and see how we feel if we need to keep going. It shouldn't take us too long, so maybe we just go through
it's going to take forever.
It won't be.
It's going to take forever. It's going to take forever.
Okay, so let me just go. So this is literally any iteration of Batman from the comics. I'm pretty sure on any sort of media. So in the comics, on television, or on the big screen. So you have all those choices, and then anything Shakespeare's written. It could be any...
Or said.
Yeah, or said. So here's the first quote. Welcome, destruction, blood, and massacre. I see as in a map the end of all. Was that Batman or Shakespeare?
Shakespeare.
I'm actually going Batman. It's not poetic enough.
Oh, okay.
Shakespeare.
Interesting. That one is actually Shakespeare.
Oh, obviously. Yeah. Come on.
It's from Richard III. So, here's the next one. As a man, I should also probably keep track of this as we go through it, just so I can tally score for you guys. I think that'll be important at the end. So we've got 1 point for William so far. As a man, I'm flesh and blood. I can be ignored. I can be destroyed. Is that Shakespeare or Batman?
That's Batman.
Okay. I'm going to go with Shakespeare on that one.
All right, that one's Batman. It's from Batman Begins.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yep.
All right, we got this game now.
That's my favorite Batman. So.
Oh yeah.
Batman Beyond.
That's how he knows. No,
yeah, I got to go with the original animated series. That's my Batman right there.
That's a classic.
That's my Batman right there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here's number 3. We both stared into the abyss, but when it looked back at us, you blinked. Is that Batman or Shakespeare?
I'm gonna go with Shakespeare this time.
I'm going Batman again.
That one is Batman. That is Crisis on Two Earths. That's him talking to Owlman. That one I remember.
Oh, really?
That one's really, really good. He's like talking to Owlman as he's trying to set up the bomb, and that's what he says to him is when you looked into the abyss. I really like that one. Alrighty. As flies to wanton boys are we to the gods. They kill us for their sport. Is that Shakespeare or Batman?
Shakespeare.
Yeah, Shakespeare.
Shakespeare, you're right. You guys each get a point for that one there.
Finally.
Okay. This one is like a half of a quote. It's just the last end of the sentence. And darkness be the barrier of the dead. Shakespeare or Batman?
I'll go with Batman on that one.
It's got that darkness element. It is Shakespeare.
Oh, damn.
You were close. That one's kind of a tough one because I would have expected that one to be Batman.
That one is a little too broody. He doesn't usually talk about like death, like and there being like a afterlife.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So,
okay, here is the next one. You'll hunt me, you'll condemn me, set the dogs on me.
Batman.
Batman.
Wow, that's great. Which one's that from?
The Dark Knight.
Yep, that is from The Dark Knight. Correct. I will.
As soon as you said send the dogs, I knew it was from.
Yeah.
Send the dogs. I'm like, yep, that's Dark Knight.
Yep. All right, here's the next one. I will grind your bones to dust, and with your blood, and I'll make a paste. Is that Batman or Shakespeare? I kind of blew that one.
I'm going Shakespeare.
I'll go Batman. Why not?
Interesting. You're just going against the grain here. Every time he's like, I'm going to take the opposite. It's a good bet. It's a hedge bet. This one's actually Shakespeare as well. It's such a weird, that second sentence, and with your blood, it's probably, there's like an extra word that probably got put into this quiz, but it's, and with your blood, I'll make a paste, which is kind of weird. But that one is Shakespeare. Okay.
I think it's, and with your blood, comma, I'll make a paste. Missed.
It says, and I'll make a paste. Somebody messed this up.
So somebody transversed it or translated it wrong or whatever. Or transcribed.
Transcribed.
Yeah, messing up Shakespeare's greatest quotes. Yes, bastard.
Gosh dang it. Okay, here's the next one. I'm a man of 30, of 20 again. The rain on my chest is a baptism. I'm born again. Batman
Shakespeare.
Dang, that was fast.
Shakespeare.
Okay.
This one's I'm a man of 30. Yeah, 20 again.
The rain on my chest is a baptism. I'm born again.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
I can see Batman saying that after like coming out of the Lazarus pits.
Oh yeah. Being reborn.
But I'm gonna go with Shakespeare.
Interesting. It's actually Batman from Dark Knight Returns. So after getting beat up by Bane, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Some quote like that.
Oh wow.
So then we got another one here.
Oh yeah, that is like when he like comes out of the pits and like after he like regrows or reconnects his back.
Yep.
Yeah.
You cannot stop me, not with wine or vows or the weight of age. You cannot stop me, but you still try.
Shakespeare.
This is actually also Batman.
Yeah,
yeah, this is also from Dark Knight Returns. Oh man, maybe we need to rewatch that third movie there.
There's a lot of weird quotes in that one. Then I guess
so many weird ones. It's a lot of like almost symbolism in the words that is chosen instead of like things that Batman would actually say, which is it's not like rated much worse than the other two, but it's the lowest of the three for most people, I think. Okay, next quote. I will encounter darkness as a bride and hug it in my arms. Shakespeare or Batman?
I'm going Shakespeare only because the last couple were Batman.
Okay, that's fair. You're trying to.
I'm gonna go Batman. I'm gonna go Batman.
Picked of which.
I'll go Batman.
Okay, this one is Shakespeare.
Ah.
Yeah, so this one is Measure for Measure of Shakespeare.
Oh.
Alrighty. So then we've got another one. We've got quite a bit still. This is like, I think we're almost halfway through though.
Cool.
Your feast is nearly over. From this moment on, none of you are safe.
Shakespeare.
Batman.
Who said Batman? Dylan gets a point. This one's Batman. Batman Year 1.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow.
It's pretty savage of him. A lot of these are really hard, honestly.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't referring to like him like coming to a group of gangsters and like jumping down on them and like trying to scare them essentially.
Yeah.
Like because he's
yeah,
the new entity in town and stopping them from.
Yep, that's correct. He'd be like, "Hey, look, you guys, your run is over." Yeah, that sounds about right. Alrighty, here's our next one. Weep I cannot, but my heart bleeds.
Shakespeare.
Okay, Shakespeare.
Yeah, I'll go with Shakespeare.
Okay, you guys are both right on that one. That one is Shakespeare.
Cool.
Winter's Tale is what it's from. Alrighty. He is come to open the Purple Testament of bleeding war. Shakespeare or Batman?
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
Yep, you guys are both right again. That one's a bit easier. Alrighty.
Because Batman never says purple.
Yeah, no. Who says purple? Alrighty, here's the next one. I will not become an executioner.
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, that one's from Batman Begins. That one's pretty easy there. Alrighty. Then we've got... The next one is The weight of this sad time we must obey. Batman or Shakespeare?
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
Yep, you guys are both right again. You guys are on a roll here. Alrighty. Sometimes it's only madness that makes us what we are.
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, that one's kind of easy. That one's from Arkham Asylum. A serious house on serious earth. Alrighty, here we go. I will break and twist things within you. You can't conceive of the pain I can cause.
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah. Some of these are getting a little bit easier now that we're getting more depth. Yeah, like that's something Batman would say. Like, I will cause you pain. That sort of thing. Okay.
But he's not going to kill you.
No, absolutely not. Okay.
Unless he's Affleck.
Unless he's Ben Affleck, yes, correct. Oh, man.
He will brand you and he will...
fuck you up.
Yeah.
Okay. We die every day 1,000 times an hour. Batman or Shakespeare?
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
You guys are both wrong. That is Batman. JLA Volume 1, 72.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. He's pretty depressed in that one, I guess.
Well, JLL. Oh, JLA. Is that the comic?
Comic
or
run.
Not the comic?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the comic run. JLA Volume 1, 72.
Yeah, I think it is.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Justice League of America Volume 1 of 72. Yeah. Anyways. This just broke on me?
Oh, really?
What? Okay, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Let me go back through all these. This just hates me. Okay, so. Oh, I think it gave us new quotes even. So I'm just gonna go and do like 5 more from the very bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. He is come to open the purple... Oh, no, that's one we already did. It just shifted them all around. Oh, gosh.
Uh-oh.
Now I gotta find ones
Uh-oh.
we haven't done. Okay. And as the sun that had been too afraid to show its face in this city started to turn the black into gray, I smiled. Is
Batman.
that Shakespeare or Batman?
Shakespeare.
Interesting. Nope, this one's actually Batman from Batman 625.
Wow.
Okay. Wow, I'm gonna have to find some of these other ones. Here's a good one. Okay. Vengeance is in my heart, death in my hand, blood and revenge are hammering in my head.
I'm pretty sure that's Shakespeare.
Interesting.
Let's say Batman.
This one is Shakespeare. This one is from Titus Andronicus. And then we're gonna do, if I can find some good ones through the rest of these. Then all you've waited for is a puppet, a soulless little doll.
Batman.
Yeah.
It's Batman.
Oh.
My goodness. Dylan's really good at this somehow. I wouldn't have gotten half of these. I really wouldn't have.
Well, he is a resident expert.
Here's a one. Hell is empty, and all the devils are here.
Shakespeare.
That's Batman.
That one's Shakespeare.
Oh.
Tempest.
Okay.
Yep. I think that's probably... here's one more that we have that's pretty decent. Grief forgives what can never be forgiven. Is that Batman or Shakespeare?
That's Shakespeare.
Grief forgives what can never be forgiven.
I think Shakespeare as well.
That one is Batman from All-Star Batman and Robin.
What?
Yeah, there's
Batman's whole thing is the like.
I know. Yeah, is that like grief should be something you overcome, but you know.
No, but like his whole thing is like his grief is what turned him into what he is.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a weird run too. I don't remember much about that one. All-Star Batman and Robin.
That's fine.
That's a kind of a newer one too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All-Star Batman.
I mean, not super new, but like.
It's from let's see.
Yeah, that was no.
2015.
2005.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
2005.
That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Initially, we wanted to do a Batman and Catwoman comparison, but I had like a quiz that I had found for that, but I wasn't able to go back and find it before we could film, so we went with that. And I think that was pretty fun too. The total score, I don't think we did all 30, but Nightwolf, William, you had 10 of these, and Dylan guessed 17 correctly.
Wow.
Some of those you guessed both correct, some of them you guessed. Dylan just popped off. Like, we didn't even get all 30 of them, but 17 for like 25 or something like that. Pretty impressive, you guys. Nice work.
That was good. That was fun.
And, you know, Shakespeare, Batman, they're both a little bit dark. And,
oh, yeah.
that's the best thing about DC. And that's why I haven't stopped believing.
Oh, God.
Don't stop believing, guys. So we're going to talk a little bit. It's so cringy.
That's so cheesy, bro.
Somehow, okay? Sorry. I think it worked.
It should be like, is there still hope for DC? Or something.
There is still hope for DC, and that's what we're here to talk about in the last segment. Don't stop believing. I haven't. I think DC still has a chance to really come back from their failures over the last 5 or 6 years. Most specifically,
let's talk about that. What was like the last failure movies per se, besides the original cuts for both Suicide Squad and the Justice League?
Well, I think that those are the two last films that you look at and are really bad. A lot of people didn't necessarily.
Wonder Woman,
yeah,
1984 or what? That's right?
84, yeah, Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah.
That one didn't get as much, didn't do as well as they hoped it was going to do.
Yeah.
I even think Aquaman didn't do as well as they hoped it was going to do, despite it still doing pretty decent.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. It was like a good origin movie for him. It was really done well. They had a good cast. I say they're pretty decent. Not like excellent, but I say they're pretty decent.
Do you mean like box office failure, or like box office didn't meet expectations, or like the story and how the viewer's perception of it didn't hit what they
I think it was just viewers' perception.
Okay.
Because Aquaman hit box office. Like they did what they wanted with box office for Aquaman.
Yeah.
But after it came out, I didn't hear anybody talking about it. Like, oh, I gotta go out. I gotta go watch Aquaman again. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Because I've only seen Aquaman once. I saw it in theaters.
I think I saw it twice in theaters, but I didn't. It wasn't something. I haven't really been to many movies more than once over the last 3 years because of obvious COVID
looking
stuff.
here as of now, January 11th, 2022, the film was rated a 6.9 out of 10 by IMDb.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean 6.9 sounds about right.
Yeah,
it's not a bad film. It's not a great film.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Even like the first Wonder Woman, I think now doesn't do as well as it could have. I think the biggest issue with the first Wonder Woman was that they messed up Ares at the end.
Yeah, they did. I give you that one.
That was a little bit strange, a reveal, but
I think I loved the idea of it.
Yeah,
and how they did it, but just the execution of him at the end when he revealed himself.
Yeah, that was a weird way to come out. I agree. It didn't really seem. He wouldn't have. It would have been like a sneak attack. Ares is the god of war. He doesn't just do things for show like that. It's not who he is. And also, yeah, I guess that film did fall a little bit short at the end. Overall,
2017. This movie got a rating at a 7.4 out of 10.
Yeah.
The original Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the original Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
What's the 1984?
I'm looking at that right now. I got you.
That one's gonna be a bit low. But ultimately, I think what gives me hope for DC is after watching The Batman over this last weekend, and after enjoying, like we all did, Peacemaker so much, and as well as, to tie that in, the last 3 projects have kind of been like the Suicide Squad with James Gunn, Peacemaker, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, as well as now The Batman. So they've been hitting more consistently. Obviously, Wonder Woman 84 was somewhere in the middle between.
I got the result here. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Go for it.
5.4 out of 10.
5.4? Jeez, that's bad.
Yeah.
58% from Rotten Tomatoes, 4 out of 5 for Games Radar. So yeah.
What I'm wondering is where Shazam's gonna fall into the
the dark
idea
aspect of
these new shows.
Yeah.
Because Shazam wasn't a dark movie at all.
No, it was not.
No, it was his story wise when he found out that his mom was put him up for adoption and gave him away. Pretty much, I guess that's the dark aspect per se.
I guess it doesn't have the adult gory aspect and dark aspect to looking at society as a whole was this everything is horrible, like you see from Batman and even in Superman stories, the whole world going against him in Man of Steel and in
Batman Shazam actually got a good review.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it right now.
Shazam did pretty good, but
7 out of 10, 90% in Rotten Tomatoes.
Dang, that's not bad at all. I think that Shazam will be a little bit more self-contained because he's this 10-year-old kid, and I don't think he's a kid at heart. Yeah, they're not gonna take it on a dark turn.
They definitely could, and it could be really good.
Oh, they could make it really bad. They could go full-on Injustice where Billy Batson gets his head burnt down by Superman, but
no, not like that, but just the he doesn't have the ability to become Shazam for a while, and he has to find a way to do his help these superheroes as Billy Baxton.
Oh, jeez.
In a dark setting.
In a dark universe where
they could do it really well.
Yeah,
or they could. They want to.
It could be good. I don't know how well it would do.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
But I don't see it though. They have to make it the kid friendly. I understand that aspect, but I don't think Shazam's origin story was not really that dark per se. It was more a little bit light per se.
Well, the problem with Shazam in general though is it's just kid actors age.
Yep. And also
do.
just
Yeah.
balancing
All
like
age.
the
They all age.
lighthearted funniness of Shazam with like the cold realities of being an orphan. Like that's a hard balance. I think they did good with it. And like I think what Nightwolf said earlier, sorry, what William said is that like him meeting his it's the same thing. When he had to go meet his mother, his birth mother, and she straight up denied him, not wanting him. Like that's not like super dark. Like that's just like a harsh reality overall, though. And I think that's what DC's learned to do very well. Like Lex Luthor, as much as you don't like him, is like this genius tech CEO, like verge of like Elon Musk sort of guy. And then like the Riddler in the Batman is like this 4chan Reddit nerd who just wants to cause chaos and is like organizing this, and not to give too many spoilers to Dylan, is like organizing this whole plan on the internet behind the scenes, and nobody cares because everybody thinks he's a joke. So
wait, what? For what? Oh, in the Batman or
in the Batman? Yeah. I mean, like, think about that. He's posting everything that he's doing online, and has a community of like 500 people following him, giving him support and ideas, and like the cops can track that information at all times.
I don't think they weren't giving him ideas. They were just more like, you know, he was just having all these people to follow him, pretty much, like, you know, be part of the cult, be part of the army.
Well,
like, he's forming.
But they also like taught him how to make the bombs that he used. You know, remember that? Like that's what he said.
I think he might already learn how to do it per se. I mean, don't forget that Riddler's actually like a smart motherfucker.
Not in this iteration necessarily. He's not as smart. I mean, he is smart and he's very clever in how he manipulated the situation, but he didn't have some of the necessary knowledge to, like, he asked, like, specifically for the bombs that were planted in those vans. He asked for like help on how to make them. That's the way he said in his little video rant at the end. That's correct. Yeah. So like he asked them how to make that, and like there was people in the chat like saying, hey, what sort of round should you bring? So like they were all in discussion, like planning this stuff. The cops have access to the internet and can like assess threats, but nobody cares. They could,
but if you think about it though, what's it called? This movie, you know, obviously, you know, this is like technology, but technology was like not really up there at that time. It was more like, sure, they had the cell phones and all that, but it kind of gave me like a little bit like 1970s vibe, where the technology's not like not really like, you know, up to date per se. But I get you though.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. But like realistically, I mean, like it's supposed to be set in the real world. Maybe like maybe Gotham's not as
it's supposed to be set advanced. In this, as far as I know, about the same time as like the Zodiac killers.
Yeah.
So early 90s, late 80s.
Yeah.
Because they took the idea of this Riddler from the
Zodiac Killer. That sounds pretty accurate.
Yep, and it was filmed in New York, I believe, as well.
Yep.
So represent.
Yeah.
You got to see the garden.
Essentially, like they're trying to do, even if it's not like 100% accurate to like what a 4chan user looks like, they're trying to like make it and tie it into like these relevant concepts of people today and how people are using technology.
The way that they portrayed the Riddler, I would think that 4chan's users look like that.
You would think they do look like that. That's fair. They're just
also just not to cut you off. I'm looking up here at Man of Steel.
Oh, the ratings on
7.1 out of 10, 56% Rotten Tomatoes, but 75% on Fandango.
Not bad.
80% people like this movie, so yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, what about Batman versus Superman now?
Oh god.
Batman v Superman.
People hated that movie. It gets too much hate. Way too much hate.
Batman v Superman 6.5 out of 10 and 29%.
It deserves better.
Why'd you say that name?
It deserves better. Oh,
it does, but like, yeah.
It really does.
I think it's because they have joke lines like that.
It's like memeable lines that like people are like, really?
Yeah, or like the part where like Batman's beating the shit out of Superman, and then Superman just like stops taking the punches.
Yeah,
and Batman like stops
and he's like,
yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, that's a bit weird. The Martha line is pretty memeable, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. Justice League got a 6.1 out of 10.
The original.
The 2017 one.
Look at the Zack Snyder cut.
Boy, Zack Snyder. Oh man. Oh god. Oh
essentially,
god.
essentially what I'm trying to get to is like these newest films, like the last few, specifically the Suicide Squad, Batman, and then the show Peacemaker that's tied in with that, and then Zack Snyder's Justice League, which all came out in 2021 or later. So the last 4 projects that have come out have been a lot more well received than everything else that DC has put out. Like significantly better. Like Peacemaker was the highest rated DC show ever, I believe. Like that's above
it's the
Arrow.
first. It's the first ever DC show.
No, like Arrow and like Flash.
I'm saying like the first series. Like, I know we're not counting the whole Arrow and the Flash and their series and all that. They have their own little Arrowverse, pretty much.
I think the Titans is connected to this though.
I think so too. Yeah, but no, I mean like in general, like that Peacemaker show has done better than any of those shows previously in ratings, and like I think the finale was like the most watched show for the last 2 years or something like that. I don't know exactly.
Okay, so if we're gonna talk like actual DC movies, we're gonna say the last recent one was the Suicide Squad, right?
Yes.
All right, so before the Suicide Squad, it was Wonder Woman 84.
Yep. Then Birds of Prey.
Correct, and then Shazam.
Yeah, if you want to count Joker as well, that's in 2019. But,
yeah, but it is. But like Joker has his own. Joker and the Batman are their own standalone, thing. They're not really connected to the DCU.
They're supposed to be. They're supposed to be, but they're gonna get tied in. I guarantee you. I can guarantee it. I'll clip it right now if you want me to. I'll clip it. They're gonna get tied in. They're already. Here's how I know. I'm not gonna like just bullshit you on it. Like I'll tell you why.
Bullshit.
They're already developing a storyline for the Penguin that's going to be its own HBO series. So it's going to have...
Everyone already knew that.
Yeah, so it's like they're going to develop it more. There's going to be more to this story. In that
Penguin
universe...
from this Batman?
Yes, the Penguin
from the Batman from Colin Farrell, which he plays phenomenal.
Because I know they were also kind of thinking of the same thing for the Gotham. Or Gotham.
They are? Yeah, they're doing they're supposed to do a Gotham series with Gordon, which he's Detective Gordon in this one.
Okay.
But I think they're gonna focus more towards an Arkham Asylum series to like give it a little more fear to it.
Yep. They're gonna like do it's like supposed to be Matt Reeves directing like a horror series about Arkham Asylum. It's not like confirmed. I think they're just like.
But what
it's in the works.
But what is confirmed is it's a Penguin's own series. Matt Reeves is gonna like help direct that as well. So yeah. Overall, just go see the movie, Dylan. We don't want to say much.
Nah, he'll get there.
I've tried.
He'll get there.
I got a week off. If I can't find a way to go see it this week, then
it'll happen. I'm not concerned about when. Ultimately, like I think when you see this and then you like think about the Suicide Squad really really good and like more adult and than everything else they've done sort of, and then you look at Peacemaker and then you look at this and you see that back to back to back hits, you're like, oh shit, I think they got a new. And the other piece of this too that I haven't brought up yet is that Warner Brothers is under new ownership now. They've been bought out. They have new heads of like everything that from I forget who bought out Warner Brothers. Let me look. I want to. It's one of the other.
I bought them.
I don't think it's the biggest deal, but like, they're definitely going to be looking at the success rate of these last few things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Going off of that, and the last few things have been somewhat comedy based, but also on the dark side. So I would say keep that formula because that seems to work with DC. DC is 100%. Already a darker comic in general than Marvel.
Yeah,
anyways.
It is.
Yeah, 100%.
And trying to make DC something that is not necessarily doesn't work. No, you can't make it the lighthearted Marvel. It doesn't work. Like you can add James Gunn in and make comedy out of Peacemaker,
in like a way that works, but it's also like a darker like.
But it still
like,
had dark to
darkness,
it.
like a horrible backstory, tragic backstory. Like the way you do DC right is show these tragic backstories and show like the good in Peacemaker and breaking through that by like shooting his dad in the head. Spoilers for Peacemaker, but like
yeah, that's fine. Just to give you a quick lowdown, Birds of Prey got a 6.0 out of 10.
ugh, yeah, that was.
I didn't even
either.
think that was as bad as it was.
Yeah, it wasn't like a
it
bad
wasn't great
movie,
by
but
any
it wasn't.
means, but
yeah.
it wasn't like a terrible movie.
Yeah.
No.
I just like Ewan McGregor. He's hot.
I also just really like Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
shout out to
essentially,
Kenobi. The trailer came out today.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it did.
Or yesterday.
Okay, so
It came out today.
no, today it came out today.
Mostly what I'm getting at is like a couple, not like weeks ago, but like it's been a year since like AT&T and Discovery like bought out Warner Brothers. So a lot of the like heads stepped down because they knew they just didn't want to go through the transition phase. And that's a lot of the people.
They also assumed they weren't going to make that transition as well.
And they weren't going to be in charge anymore.
Like, go ahead.
They'd be like at lesser roles, maybe less pay. I don't know exactly, but essentially,
I don't think less pay. They want to probably keep their pay.
I don't know how that really works when you do transitions like that. I guess, but you might be right.
Yeah, we'll find out when we take over everything. When we become billionaires, and we're gonna buy every single one of them, and then we're gonna take over.
Jeez, yeah. So like the people that have that had stepped down or that chose to walk away are like the same people who were shutting down Zack Snyder's Justice League and didn't want those decisions to come through, or the people who were like pushing to get the original cut of the Justice League released because they just wanted to move forward with it. That the same exact people who just haven't had faith in this universe and want to copy or emulate exactly what Marvel has done. So now that they're not making judgments, over the last year, we've seen some really, really good stuff. So I just think we're on the right track again with them. At least I really hope so.
Really so. I mean, if you think about it, Shazam was really good. Was a really good movie.
Yeah, it's not that they didn't make good movies before. It's just now they're going to probably do it consistently.
Yeah, like I personally enjoyed the Aquaman and Shazam. Birds of Prey, not so much.
Too.
Though it was a decent movie, but just watch it once. Yeah. 84 was all right. And then we come to the Suicide Squad, which was a really good movie, which I personally enjoyed. And then we have the Peacemaker. So so far they're doing good.
I have a little bit of a breaking news. I still haven't watched Wonder Woman 84.
Oh, you haven't?
Oh my, yeah.
What?
No, because I wasn't excited about
it. Was you heard how bad it was?
No, it did. Like I saw the trailers, I was like, it didn't excite me. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was alright. I mean,
Gal Gadot is fine. It's just the movie itself.
The movie was not
appeasing.
It really wasn't either. So let me just go through the list of everything in the DCEU that has come out so far, and then we'll just go hit or miss on everything as we go down. So Man of Steel, hit, really really good. Batman vs Superman didn't really get received well.
That was technically a miss,
but it was technically a miss. But as it's spaced out, I think people don't hate it as much as they used to. I don't really know for sure, but technically a miss.
I think it's in that movie itself. I think it missed more because of the Justice League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Than it would have if they just released the Zack Snyder version.
Yes, because the full version of Batman vs Superman is actually explains the reason why they're fighting. It lays out the rest of the details that get cut in the theatrical version so much better. Like the extra pieces where you see Martian Manhunter or the General giving that information to Lois Lane, and then her figuring out, oh fuck, it's Luthor, and then being kidnapped, and you see all those extra scenes that are not in the movie. You don't even see. I don't even remember her getting abducted from the original cut because I don't think they show it.
Yeah.
So like they put all the pieces together and it makes it way better. That like they're like, oh, you don't need that. That you can just have Lex Luthor say he kidnapped her instead of showing it, where it like builds tension. And you're like, oh fuck, she's in danger, instead of Superman seemingly showing up out of nowhere when she's like falling off a building. Like all the pieces added up, and like you know, oh well, this person's here, even though it's longer, it makes it a better film. But again, still miss. Again, I think I'm just getting too hung up on trying to defend it. So Man of Steel hit, Batman vs Superman miss, Suicide Squad original was a miss, Wonder Woman was a hit, Justice League miss, Aquaman probably a hit.
Shazam
hit, Joker hit. So those three right in a row were pretty building. Birds of Prey was technically a miss, Wonder Woman 1984 miss, Suicide Squad hit, Batman hit, Peacemaker hit. And then what we have in store for the rest of this year is Black Adam, most likely a hit, Shazam, hopefully a hit, Flash, seemingly a hit with the multiverse stuff, and then Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So if we have like four super
I think you're missing
movies,
a couple ones here. Hold on. The Suicide Squad.
Well, this is just for the next four. This is the next four films, next 2 years.
There's a different list here. There's a one called DC's League of Super Pets, May of 2022.
That's just.
I don't think that's going to be connected because it's going to be like an animated feature.
It's like an animated.
Yeah, it is, but
feature with like Kevin Hart.
It's still part of like the DC movie list, pretty much.
Okay, that's fair.
Then we have the Black Adam on July.
Yep.
Then we have the Flash in November. Then we have Aquaman 2, and then we don't know when they're gonna do the Batgirl.
The Shazam movie should be in
Shazam: Fear of the Gods, and then we got Blue Beetle.
Shazam is December.
Are they still gonna do Batgirl? Because that was originally gonna be what's his face?
It should be streaming film only.
It should be to be decided or to be cast. Or to be created, I don't know. TBC, I don't know how that.
It was going to be a show done by the Whedon a long time ago.
It's still scheduled to release on HBO Max in 2022. It's gonna have Michael Keaton in it and Leslie Grace. Like they're filming it right now, so it's happening. It's gonna be late 2022 on HBO. It's gonna be a movie. It's began with Josh Whedon in March 2017, and it's going to be just like an HBO Max original, so it's only releasing on that platform, not in theaters. And let me see when they say if they have an update for when.
So from looking here, we got two movies so far, or at least one major movie, Black Adam in the summer. And then we got The Flash in November. And then Aquaman 2 on
Shazam.
Christmas. And then, they haven't decided when they're going to do the Batgirl one. Okay.
Yep. And then Shazam is supposed to be December 16th. But I don't know if they're going to... That was when it was initially announced, so I don't know if they're going to do Aquaman
they moved up to next year, June 2nd, 2023. Right. Because they have to introduce Black Adam first in order for them to connect.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Do we know who Kevin Hart is playing in the League of Super Pets?
Yeah, I want to say he's Crypto.
Is he Crypto?
I want to say he is. Let me look. Unless I think Crypto actually might be. No, that's Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's just like one of the other random pets that gets superpowers somehow. So like Keanu Reeves has just been cast as the voice of Batman. Dwayne Johnson's Crypto. John Krasinski's Superman. Yep. They have Kevin Conroy
is going to be in the movie, so I imagine he's probably Bat Dog.
I think that's probably it. Yeah.
I would guess he's going to be Bat Dog.
It doesn't say anything here yet. It just says
a trailer for it.
It just say Batman for Reeves, Crypto for The Rock. John Krasinski Superman.
Or he's going to be the villain.
Oh, I have no idea. He's Ace.
This summer.
Kevin Hart is Ace.
Ace.
Yeah. Which I don't know who Ace is, but
Okay,
I think
Ace
he's
is.
the. I think he's the dog.
Bat dog.
Next.
Yep.
He becomes Bat Dog
Yeah. Okay.
because he's like from a shelter. Crypto like gives all these animals at a shelter superpowers, so that's how Ace gets his powers or whatever. Or
Ace doesn't have powers.
He doesn't. Yeah, he's not supposed to have them. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah. So they have a lot of like, good stuff
a little
lined up.
mini info here. It says here, Crypto, the Superdog, and Superman are inseparable best friends. During the same superpower and fighting crime side by side in Metropolis. However, Crypto must master his own powers to rescue mission when Superman is kidnapped.
Oh,
Dun
no.
dun dun.
No, he's been kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he goes and builds a team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's pretty much everything we have to cover on this. We can all kind of agree that DC's kind of got a good thing going if they keep it up. We're excited for Free Guy, and we know a lot more about Shakespeare.
Free Guy 2.
Free Guy 2.0. I'm sorry.
I don't see it's Free Guy 2.0, to be honest. I see it a little more just like a spin-off of its own thing. It's not gaming related per se, guys.
I don't think there's anything.
It's just.
I don't think
Yeah,
there's.
sorry, I'm here to correct you guys. There is no gaming related stuff in this here. This is just a
That's
man.
not true. There could be
This is just a
some.
man trying to find what happened to his father, and we can try to get over it.
Oh my goodness. No
I'm
video
being
games?
the real guy here. I'm being the real smart one here.
All right.
There is no Free Guy 2.0 here. It's all fake.
Oh my god.
Now is he being the cynical or is he being the wild card?
Both.
He's the wild card.
William, the cynical wild card.
The cynical man.
Exactly.
Anyways,
Right.
that's pretty much all we have for this first episode of the IRCP Irresponsible Comic Book Podcast. Thank
Really?
you
Already?
guys for listening. Yeah, that's everything.
Oh, damn.
That's how we're doing it now. This is the new format sort of thing. We'll have like a couple segments each week, talking about the news and whatever else is going on. Occasionally, maybe a little review section, but this is the new style. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
This is the new.
The new.
The new.
Yeah.
New season, new people coming
New
at you.
season, new us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, thanks for watching, and we will catch you in the next episode. Until then,
Like, comment, subscribe, and interact with us. Follow our social medias, guys.
it's all
Please.
in the description.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Interact with us. Come say hi. Or bye.
Hey.
Or dudes. I mean, what?
Or we're gonna come back in time and meet your kid self.
And abduct Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. Do it.
Mm-hmm. Do it now.